Right. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises. I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash. In the heavenly Father, the true name is Yahweh, and his unbegotten Son, Ba'Shem, in the name of Mashiach Yahushua. Those are their true names in the ancient spelling of Hebrew, the lost one, adoption of tongue. And I say, Barak Thumb to the elders, Barak Ma'akwa, and I say, Shalom. Out here on the highways and hedges, the Chief Blessed Concourse, on this September the 28th, 2024, on this Saturday morning. Wadi Hashem Ashai, as always, but giving us the opportunity chance to come out here to do so, lifting up the names of Yahweh Ashai. And Barak Thumb to the elders, Barak Ma'akwa, and I say, Shalom. I'm going to get into that Ecclesiastes 39th chapter as we continue to occupy in prophecy. You can see what took place over there in Beirut, the southern suburban part of Beirut. You had one of the top leaders of Hezbollah. He got killed in an airstrike. Because at first they don't know for sure, because reports came out after a heavy barrage of missiles over there from the Israel Defense Force. Over there in Beirut, the suburbs, you had one of those headquarters of the Hezbollah over there in the area, which is a primary pro-Iranian military group, and you had one of the top leaders, and then you had one of the top leaders, you had one of those top leaders of Hezbollah over there in the headquarters over there in southern Beirut, over there in the suburbs of Lebanon, got killed in the airstrike. So that's only going to stir more tensions between Hezbollah versus the Israel Defense Force. But you had, I believe you had the meeting, I believe it was a UN meeting. You had Benjamin Netanyahu, he was talking about like he was innocent and all of that, because they was talking, he was ranting on and on and on. About because there was only a few people there at the UN meeting, United Nations, when they come together, they have a little meeting, I believe it's over there in New York, and then either it's New York, different location, if I'm not mistaken. But you had Benjamin Netanyahu, just like Elder Malcolm always say, as I quote Elder Malcolm, he said, Benjamin Netanyahu not a Jew, because he is not a Jew, he was Benjamin Netanyahu, he was ranting on, talking about, they are the innocent people, and then the Israelites, they pose a threat to their sovereignty, to the whole country, throughout the whole world. But really, y'all the ones that are actual threat, because y'all own the financial district, y'all own everything, y'all control of everything, y'all kill innocent men, women, it's like y'all not the only ones that kill innocent men, women, children. It's Benjamin Netanyahu, he was doing corruption as well too. That's why you've been having those large protests that have been taking place over there. Like Benjamin Netanyahu, you're not the only one that's innocent, Hey, just like he was using those airstrikes over there against the Palestinians over there in that area, So they haven't forgot about that, using airstrikes over there in Syria, killing men, women, and children over there throughout, because you got the majority of all those pro-Iranian groups, over there in that area, throughout Iraq, Syria, throughout West Asia. And it ain't like you ain't innocent, because you've been doing, using airstrikes on innocent men, women, and children as well, too. Just like, a couple of months ago, you had large airstrikes over there, and a hospital over there that killed innocent people as well, too. So you get charged with war crimes as well, too. Benjamin Netanyahu, not a Jew. Now you're trying to rant on that you like the idea of Edomites, like y'all innocent, and plus y'all not the people, y'all not the ancient Israelites, because our forefathers was the ancient Israelites, because they was a dark-skinned complected people still to this day. So you can rant all you want, all your innocence, Benjamin Netanyahu. Hey, these Israelites, they gonna continue to rise up against you, even if y'all do like a heavy pounding of airstrikes over there in that area. But those Israelites are gonna rise up against you, because they still gonna have another person to replace them, because the scripture says in Genesis the 16th chapter, Ishmael is a wild man. You're gonna be seeing that more on this last day. Hey, so you killed one of their top leaders, one of their upper top leaders of Hezbollah, the headquarters over there in Beirut, or the suburbs of Lebanon. That's only going to stir up more tension between the Israel Defense Force, because they got so many pro-Iranian groups throughout the whole region. So it's like, Israel got the Israel Defense Force got allies. Hey, the proxy groups, they got the Iranians, they got allies as well too. So you're gonna continue to see escalations are heating up throughout the whole region. Even though they've been using those heavy airstrikes. So I believe after the UN meeting, have Benjamin Netanyahu was talking, I believe like a couple minutes after that, you see those huge barrage of missiles over there in the area. But that's only gonna stir up more tensions, and that's a beautiful thing. Especially us being the service of prophecy, us being the watchman until you how about Shemel Shah. And that's a beautiful thing. But how the way Benjamin Netanyahu was prancing home, feeling like, thinking like he is the innocent, like their people, the innocent people, the IDF, they innocent. Those small hats, like they're innocent, But hey, they're not gonna go unpunished, But hey, those Israelites are gonna they only gonna stir up more and more and more against the Israel Defense Force. So I mean, against against the Israel Defense Force, those pro-Iranian groups. But you got the over there in Syria, you got even Russian armies, So they got allies as well too. Just like the Israel Defense Force got allies. Hey, these pro-Iranian groups, Iran, they got allies as well too, and this only going to continue to increase. Because you got the Houthi rebels, they're going to continue to use airstrikes as well too. You got the Syrian armies going to continue to use airstrikes against you. All those proxy groups of pro-Iranian, and they all going to use airstrikes against the United States armies and the Israel Defense Force armies as well too. So you continue doing those airstrikes against those top official leaders, which they've been doing for quite a while. You've been having both heavy injuries and casualties on both sides, but it's only going to continue to increase. So you're going to see more increasing proxy groups from the pro-Iranians targeting the Israel Defense Force throughout that whole region. They're going to be continuing to target the United States armies as well too. And this is Ecclesiastes, the book of Sirach. This is book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 4. He that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, which is the heavenly Father Yahweh, and occupy in the meditation thereof, and will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. Right, so we're occupied in prophecies as us being servants of prophets and messengers and the ambassadors of the heavenly Father these last days, just like our forefathers was. That's why we're sounding the alarm, blowing the trumpet. We're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of world, evil, and pestilence. We're going to continue to see it increase. This is Ecclesiastes 39 and verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and occupy in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients, and occupy in prophecies. Right, so we're occupied in prophecies. That's when we see an increasing of war, evil, and pestilence. Especially war category, wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. So that situation between Iran versus the IDF, that's only going to continue to increase. Just like that Hezbollah top leader over there in Beirut of Lebanon, and the headquarters over there, they've been using heavy airstrikes over there, and that's only going to stir up more tension. That's only going to stir up more vicious spirits of these Israelites. That's only going to rise them up more and more. That's only going to rise them up more and more against the United States armies, against the Israel Defense Force as well too. That's only going to stir up more tension. Hey, Revelation 11 verse 14, the second world pass, the whole third world comes with you. Armor gives, armor God wants, And Wadi Haba Shemel Shah. We're going to continue to see it increase more and more and more these last days. Now, if we get into that Jeremiah, so we're going to continue to occupy in prophecies, especially the major one right now is heating up. Hezbollah versus the IDF, that's only going to continue to increase. Iran versus Israel. And this is what we are here prophesying about, the increasing of these war, evil, and pestilence. And this is the prophet Jeremiah chapter 28. You got Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before thee and before thee of old prophesied both against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. Right, so we're out here prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of we're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. I thought my phone was ringing. Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. I'm gonna read it again. The prophets that have been before thee and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. Right, that's what we're seeing, increasing of these war, evil, and pestilence, just like our forefathers. They was out on the highways teaching during their times. The prophets of old, the ancient men of old, the ancient days, they was prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. So it's especially the war category. We seeing wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and we seeing what's taking place of North Korea, North Korea versus South Korea, Japan, the United States. That's only going to escalate. We seeing what's taking place down in the South China Sea, China versus Taiwan. That's only going to increase. We're seeing what's taking place down in the Disputed Territory items of China versus the Philippines. That's only going to increase. We're seeing what's taking place with the Russia-Ukraine situation. As we're seeing Vladimir Putin with his nuclear doctrine, sending warnings to NATO. You know, he sent the warnings to the Western countries, sending warnings to NATO, sending warnings to the United States armies. That's what we're seeing. Hey, wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Just like it says in Joel, just like it says in Joel, the 3rd chapter, 3 and verse 9, the Heavenly Father's waking up the mighty men of these armies and nations. And that's what we're seeing. That's why we're seeing the nuclear escalations and tensions are heating up, especially over there in Middle East, which is Western Asia, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Halashapah. So second woe passed, behold, third woe coming quickly. So the second woe, the second woe distress came to pass, and now we're entering the third woe distress coming quickly. That's only going to continue to increase. And then you had I believe it was a press conference yesterday. You had the president of Belarus, which he previously did, sent that nuclear warning once again for the first time. He had a press conference like a couple of months ago. I remember I touched on that as well too. And he was saying that if Russia, the Russian Federation and Belarus, but you got Russia and Belarus which is allies, which is former Soviet members ever since they broke up in 1992. So you're going to see, because that president of Belarus, he made that another nuclear warning to the Western countries, but most primary to NATO. If NATO come under enemy attack, NATO and the Western countries and Belarus, Russia as well too. That's why NATO, Belarus, the president of Belarus said that number increasing nuclear warning to NATO, Ukraine, and its Western allies as well too. Just like Vladimir Putin, like a couple of days ago, I said as of Wednesday afternoon, because the time zones are kind of different over there in Russia and compared to the United States. Because you had Russia the president of Vladimir Putin of Russia once again sent that nuclear warning towards NATO and Western countries and to the United States as well too. Just in case if Russia come under enemy attack, or the Russian Federation come under enemy attack, they're going to do whatever it takes to target the Western countries and NATO as well too. This is Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. It says, "The prophets I have been before thee, and before thee of old, prophesy both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence." Right, just like it says in Isaiah 13 verse 17, that the Heavenly Father is going to stir up meetings against Babylon and ask the gold and silver they cannot light in it. That's why we've been seeing multiple times of Russia been sending that nuclear warning to the United States armies to the Western countries, towards NATO as well too. So, hey, like it says, Ezekiel 38 verse 4, that the Heavenly Father is putting that hooks and back to these jaws and instructions to be in that warlike mindset of Gog and Magog to keep us in Meshach and Tubal, while we have the continuing increase in Russia-Ukraine situation heating up. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. It says, "Release your heart faint, ye fear for the rumor that should be heard in the land. And a rumor should come both 1 year, after another year should come a rumor. Violence of man rule against rule." Right, so violence of man rule against rule. That's what we're seeing in these last days. So it's only going to continue to increase, and that's what we're seeing. And this is got to get to that Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Just like I mentioned that Belarus and Russia together going against NATO, that's heating up while we have the Russia-Ukraine situation intensifying as well too. This is Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 1. It says, "And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and Magog, and keep us in Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them." Right, so we're prophesying against Gog and Magog, and keep us in Meshach and Tubal. Just like our forefathers did in 1910 in modern day times. So the Russia-Ukraine situation is only going to intensify. Hey, Russia versus NATO, that's only going to intensify. Russia versus the United States, that's only going to intensify. And Russia versus the Western country, that's only going to intensify. So the Heavenly Father's putting that hooks and back to these jaws and these Russians to be in that warlike mindset, and that's what we're seeing. Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 4. "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth all thy armies horses, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company, both with shields, all planned with swords. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 5. It says Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, but all of them were still him. Right, so Persia, which is Elam, Ethiopia, the Cushites, and Libya, the Ishmaelites, all of them were still him. And keep this in mind, as we mentioned this like previous times, you had like Russia. They recently had a military cooperation with these nations of Iran, of Ethiopia, and Libya, of the Israelites as well too. They recently had they did a military exercise with them. They did a military cooperation, economic cooperation as well too. So these are nations that Russia is going to be guard onto as they target the Israel Defense Force over there in Western Asia. That's why it's heating up over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 5. It says Persia of Elam, Ethiopia. Right, so Persia, which is Elam, that's why we're saying Iran versus Israel is heating up. That's why Russia is going to be a guard unto them. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 5, it says Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, all of them with shield of him. Right, so they're going to be fully equipped with armor and shield of him. And this is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 6. It says Gomer, which is the modern day Turks. Because the Turks, they coincide, they in solidarity with the Palestinians and the Hezbollah and pro-Iranian group as well too. Even though, for the previous years, and recently as well too, because the president of Aragon of Turkey, he got that double-minded mindset. Sometimes he want to join with the Western countries, sometimes he want to join with NATO, but we definitely been seeing, the president of Aragon recently warning that the Israel Defense Force, he was going to send troops over there if they continue to use their campaign against the resistance of the Palestinians, against the pro-Iranian groups as well too, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps and the Syrian armies throughout that region. So, he's in solidarity with them as well too. So it makes a lot of sense. But you're going to have the Russian armies, the Syrian armies, pro-Iranian groups, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. They all want to team up together in the Dragon of Arabia. They all want to team up together against the Israel Defense Force and the United States Army as well too. But you got the allies between the United States and Israel that's increasing, even though their relationship been kind of on and off. But the Israel Defense Force, they've been kind of hothead, and then you had an administration from the United States telling them do not do a ground operation. Don't continue to push the button of the all-out war in that region. Benjamin Netanyahu just kept on going with that. That's a spirit. That's a beautiful thing. Let him continue doing to do it. How about Mount Shai is going to continue to push them in that warlike spirit? And that goes into that Joel 3 verse 9. That's why the Heavenly Father is waking up the mighty men of these armies and nations to be in that warlike mindset. So we're gonna only going to continue to see it increasing over there in that area. The Valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shabbat. And then Russia is going to be against these nations of Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, and Turkey. They're going to be targeting, their main target is going to be the Israel Defense Force. And this is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 6. It says, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Tobimon of the war force, and all his bands, many people with him. Why? Because you got the Turkish armies over there throughout Iraq and Syria. They going against the Kurdistans, the YPG and the PKK, which is a pro-Kurdistan groups, which they been battling against them since 1982, all the way to now. So we're going to see them over there as well too, but Russia is going to be a guard to them as well too. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 7. It says, Be thou prepared for thyself, all my companies that are assembled unto thee, be thou a guard unto them. Right, so Russia is going to be a guard to the nations of Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, and Turkey. As escalations are team to heat up, it's starting to increase over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat and Yahweh Shabbat. And second world pass, the whole third world coming quickly. As you see that third world's war is heating up, so it's going to continue to intensify. We're definitely in those times of World War III. It's heating up. The war drums are beating between these armies of nations. That's why we've been seeing military exercise drills been up at an all-time high. Military spending, military training. So that's all those three categories that I just mentioned. It's only going to continue to intensify, especially over there in Western Asia. This is Ezekiel chapter 39 and verse 1. It says, Therefore, son of man, prophesy against God, which we're doing right now, just like our forefathers did. Thus said, power thy power. Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach, and Tubal, Christ into this day. The prophet Ezekiel chapter 39 and verse 2. And I will turn thee back and leave from the sixth part of thee, and I will cause thee to come up from the north parts. And I will bring thee upon the mount of Israel. Ezekiel chapter 39 and verse 3. And I was smite by a bolt out of thy left hand, and I will cause thy arrows to fall out of thy right at the time. And this is the prophet Isaiah 17. Yeah, this is the prophet Isaiah 17 and verse 1. Yeah, this is the prophet Isaiah chapter 17 and verse 1, which we see in cross-border conflicts is heating up, especially throughout Syria, throughout that whole region. You got the armies of nations over there going against the Israel Defense Force. This is Isaiah 17 verse 1. It says, the burden of the masses. Behold, the masses will take away from the city, which shall be a war. Right, so that's why I'm saying the masses of Syria is a war zone torn country. It's taken away from the city, which shall be a war. That's what we see. This is Isaiah. So the third World War is definitely heating up. The Valley of Jehoshaphat and Al-Shapat is heating up over there in the area. And this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Yeah, this is the prophet Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. The Medes is the Russians. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. They should not revolve in silver. And that's the Lord, they should not fight in it. Right, so the Medes is the Russians is going to stir up against Babylon, just like it was in ancient times, we're going to see this in modern day times. So that's why we're seeing nuclear warnings are heating up for Russia against the United States. So, so the Russians, which is the Medes, is going to be stirred up more and more from democratic power going against the Russians, going against the United States armies. And that's what going to Syria, they should not delight in it, and that's what we're seeing. So I'm going to get into that. Hey, how you doing? This is Ecclesiasticus. So Ecclesiasticus, the third chapter. I'm going to read. I'm start at verse 1, then I'm going to drop down to verse 8. So, wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Especially that mostly primary war, the main focus right now. Hezbollah versus the IDF. So that's all 2 to 3. Now we found out the top leader of Hezbollah, he got killed in an airstrike in that war. Over there. I believe his daughter got killed in that airstrike as well too. So that's only going to stir up more attention, And that's going to stir up those Ishmaelites to be in that war, like Lance said. Especially those proxy groups or those pro-Iranian groups. They really going to be more in solidarity with the Iranians now. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3. Yeah, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose in heaven. Why, so we're living in a modern day time season. We're living in a modern day time season and every purpose in heaven of these wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, of this increasing of war, evil, and pestilence. So we're definitely are in those modern day times and seasons and every purpose in heaven. And drop down to verse 8. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 and verse 8. And a time to love, and a time of HATE, and a time of war, and a time of peace. Right, so we're definitely not living in the 100% time of love. We're definitely living in the time of HATE. We're seeing lawlessness and iniquities, heavy judgments are increasing. We're living in a time of war, wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, the thing that has been, that which shall be, that which shall be, that which is done. That which shall be done, there is no new thing under the sun. Right, so there's no new thing under the sun. But this is modern day Tower of Babel. This is modern day Babylon. This is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. This is the modern day Noah. This is the modern day of Lot. So, there's no new thing under the sun. Just like it was happening in our forefathers' time during their time, we're seeing this taking place in modern day time. So there's no new thing under the sun. Just like our forefathers, the prophets of old, they was prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. That's what we're seeing in modern day times, the increasing of these war, evil, and pestilence. So there's no new thing in the sun. This is Ecclesiasticus 1 verse 10. Is there anything wherefore it may be said, see, this is new, it happened already in old time, which was before us. Right, so it happened in old time before us, when our forefathers they was on the scene. It was happening during their time, the prophets of old. Now ain't saying it's in modern day times, the prophets in modern day times as well too. So there's no new thing in the sun. This is Ecclesiasticus 1 verse 11. there is no remembrance of former things, neither should be any remembrance of things that are to come, and those that shall come after time. And this is Joel. Yeah, this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. This is the prophet Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, right, unto the Israelites, from our forefathers and ancestors always to us." Which Jerusalem is that people for the place we work in Jerusalem. And this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, "And I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is your house of Pop. And I will plead with them for my people, for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land." Right, so just like it says in the book of Luke 21, verse 24, Jerusalem should be tried down to the Gentiles in the field. That's what we see. So they have scattered his people and part of his land as well too. So you got those Edomites over there, you got those Israelites, you got those small habits, those rededicated out of the land. That's why Captain Ross pleading with them for his people, for his heritage, Israel, who they have scattered among the nations and part of the land. There's a controversy in society. You can read that in Isaiah, the 34th chapter. This is Joel chapter 10, verse 3. It says, "They have cast lots upon my people, and they have given wood for all, and so the word of wine that did not drink." But Heavenly Father, by that was fast what they did to the children of Israel, our forefathers and ancestors always to us. This is Joel chapter 1, verse 4. It says, "You will have to do a deal like this, like those handmaidens, and all the places outside. Now you do have Israelites, that's after Israelites, too, of course. But the actual Hamites and Israelites, that's all the children of Israel to the Edomites, so that's going to be a recompense for that. It says, "If you run to me a recompense, if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, and I will turn your recompense upon your head." Right, so small habits for their finance, the slave trade, the subsequent slave trade of those Ishmaelites did to the Israelites as well too. So it's going to be a recompense for that. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 4. "Yea, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Would you render me a recompense? If you recompense me swiftly and speedily, I will turn your recompense upon your head." Right, so that recompense that's upon their head. That's why those Ishmaelites is getting the hair back over there over in Western Asia. And that's a beautiful thing. And why not watching out that? Joel chapter 3 verse 5. "Because you have taken my silver and my gold and carried them into your temple and your present things. Right, so that's what happened while time and Israelites of our forefathers." Joel chapter 3 verse 6. "The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold up to the Grecians, right, the Edomites. That you might remove them far from their borders, right? Remove them far from our borders to this day. But yet this day we stay in the land of our captivity, speaking these different languages, these different cultures and customs and stuff like that. Even though we're waking back up to who we actually are. But it's going to be a recompense for that. What these nations did to the children of Israel did to this day. Mentally, spiritually, financially, in all the categories, etc. This is Joel chapter 3 verse 7. "The grace of my place to pass over. I will turn your recompense upon your head." Watch that recompense. That's the small habits, the Israelites, and the Hamites of the world. This is Joel chapter 3 verse 8. "I will sell your sons to the hands of the hands of the children of Judah. They shall set into the severities. Those people that give them the Edomites and the children, they're going to be sold to slaves and animals. They're going to be in the hands of the children of Judah. They have right on recompense and watch out, shot. Joel chapter 3 verse 9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the money and let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." Right, that's what we're seeing over there about the host of the house of God. Yeah, I was just the opposition. Revelation 11 verse 14. "Second will pass, the third will come quick. Armageddon, Armageddon, Armageddon." wars and rumors of wars, nation kingdoms kingdom. Joel chapter 10, verse 10. It says, "Beat your plowshares and swords and pointing guns into spears, and let the weak say stormers." Right, that's why we're seeing the nuclear capability from Iran. They building their nuclear capability, even though their top leaders got killed in those airstrikes. But that's still not going to stop them to build up their nuclear capability against the Israeli defense force. That's going to make them more strong down civil than ever. And North Korea, they building up their capability against South Korea, Japan, the United States. And all the pro-Iranian groups, they're going to be rising up against the Israeli defense force and the United States Army as well too. And now that's why we're seeing that they're getting strong. That's only going to continue to increase. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, which is the armies of the other nations. You gather yourselves together round about the to cause our mighty ones to come down on your house. Joel chapter 3, verse 12. Let the heathen be awakened and come up into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the house of God. For there I will sit and judge all the heathen round about. Right, so the heavenly Father will sit and judge all the armies of the heathen nations around about. That's why Jesus slowly controlled the gathering them up over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat. How is Shabbat pleading with them? For his people, for his heritage, his life. They have that things are part of the land, so it's there. That's why Scripture says, Jerusalem shall be tried down, Gentiles will be built. And that's in progress as we speak. Joel chapter 3 and verse 13. Put you in the city. For the harvest script comes down for the press of food. And the fast will flow for that which is great. Joel chapter 3 verse 14. Multitudes and multitudes without decision, for the day of Yahweh is near without decision. Right, so the day of the heavenly Father is near without decision. But I'm supposed to affect Yahweh Shabbat. Armageddon, armor God one. The second will express can't pass. The third will express coming quickly. That's why we're seeing Luke 21 verse 25. The express nation will be placed in the sea first born. Seditions, uprisings, uproars, people rule. Lawlessness, heavy judgments. Nation is nation, kingdom is kingdom. So the second will express came in the past. The third will express coming quickly. Armageddon, armor God one, like I mentioned before numerous times. Joel chapter 3 verse 15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And this is of the prophet Joel chapter 3 verse 16. And the power of Yahweh also roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall shake, but Yahweh will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Right, so the heavenly Father is going to be the hope and the strength of his people, the children of Israel, which is us, to Zion, which is a monument. From the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, the children of Israel, the sons and daughters of the true living power. So he's going to be the hope and the strength of his people, the children of Israel. He's not going to be the hope and the strength of those small hatters. He's not going to be the hope and strength of these IDF Edomites. He's not going to be the hope and the strength of Benjamin Netanyahu, not a Jew, his descendants. No, he's going to be the hope and the strength of his people, the children of Israel, the Israelites. Joel chapter 3, verse 17. So shall you know that I am Yahweh, your power dwelling in Zion. It says, my holy mountain then shall Jerusalem hold. Then no stranger shall pass over the more. My some stranger, which is the other nations, not going to pass through Jerusalem anymore. Joel, just like that mentioned in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter as well too. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 18. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountain shall drop down to your wine, and the hills shall float with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and the fountain shall come forth out of the house of Yahweh, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Joel chapter 3 and verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desert wilderness, but advance against the children of Judah, because they have shed subordinate land right still to this day. The scripture says, Zechariah 11 verse 5, since the slave bore themselves not guilty. Joel chapter 3 and verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desert wilderness, but advance against the children of Judah right still to this day, because they have shed subordinate land. Joel chapter 3 and verse 20. But Judah shall dwell forever and ever, and Jerusalem for generations to generations. Joel chapter 3 verse 21. For I will cleanse that blood that I have not cleansed, for I will dwell in Zion. Christ said, Heavenly Father, he only dwell in Zion. And this is Joel. Yeah, this is Joel 2 and verse 27. It says, ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, that I am Yahweh your power, and none else should not be ashamed. Right, the real Israelites, not those small hatters, not those Edomites, but the actual Israelites. This is Joel chapter 2 verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh your power, and none else my people should not be ashamed. Right, the Israelites. So he's only in the midst of his people, the children of Israel. Now for the switch up the topic. Got everything good. Get into that Amos. fact, we get to that Daniels. Yeah, this is switch up the topic. This is Daniel 12 verse 1. It says, and at that time shall mighty stand up the it says, and at that time shall mighty stand up the great prince, but standing for the children of thy people, right? The Israelites, just like he did in ancient times, don't see this in modern times. It says, and at that time shall mighty stand up the great prince, but standing for the children of thy people. And there should be a time of trouble as we're entering those times, such as never was since there was a nation. Even to the same time, and at that time thy people should be delivered, and everyone should be found written in the book, right? The Israelites, the like-minded brothers and sisters, and one of the elders will occupy this one too. This is Daniel 12 verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall wake to everlasting life. Son of shame, everlasting temple. This is Daniel 12 verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as a brightness of the firmament. They that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. This is Daniel 12 verse 4. For thou, O Daniel, shalt the words to seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Right, so many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increasing in these last days. And knowledge is increasing in the last days. And definitely Michael the Archangel going to have to stand up for the children of our people in these times, just like he did in ancient times. And these are the very important times we're about to enter into. So Michael the Archangel going to have to stand up for the children of our people. This is the Israelites. See if I can bring out that Amos. Amos 8 verse 11. Yeah, this is the book of Amos 8 verse 11 reads. Yeah, this is Amos 8 verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, said Yahweh. Now I will set a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, a buzz of water. But the heaven of the words of Yahweh. Right, so it's going to be a famine of word from like bread, like water, but the heaven of the words of Yahweh. This is the about to enter into. This is Amos 8 verse 12. It says, they shall wander from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. Many shall run to and fro, try to seek the words of Yahweh, shall find it. Right, so in these last days, many shall run to and fro, try to seek the words of Heavenly Father Yahweh, they shall not find it. That's why it's very important, while the Heavenly Father still got to stretch out still, we got to return back unto him, like he says in Isaiah 5:6. Seek ye Yahweh, thy power while he may be found. All for him while he is near. And this is Amos 8 verse 12. You got Amos 8 verse 13, Salakia. It says, in that day shall fair virtues young men for thirst. Let's get into that Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. And this is Jeremiah chapter 30. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. Jeremiah 30 verse 1, it says, the word that came to Jeremiah from the conversation. Jeremiah 30 verse 2, thus speak the words of Israel, saying, right, all these words are not spoken to people. Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 30 verse 3, it says, for lo, the days come, said Yahweh. Now I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, said Yahweh. Now because of the return to the land which I did to their fathers, they shall possess it. Right, because the real Israelites is going to be going back to the Holy Land. Because when, like Scripture says, when the real Israelites getting back to the land, it's going to be peace and safety. Because, those people over there claiming to be us, it's not peace over there in But when the real Israelites get back into the Holy Land, it's going to be peace. Because the nations are not going to learn war anymore. But right now, those are not the actual Israelites over there in the land. That's why it's so much turmoil and emotions over there in the area. That's not the actual descendants of the Israelites over there in the land. Those are not the people of the book. Those are not the actual Israelites, or the modern day Israelites. Because the Israelites was a dark-skinned complected people, and still to this day. So that shows you that, because you had the ancient Israelites of our forefathers. They was in ancient Egypt. They was a dark-skinned complected people, just like the Egyptians. The Israelites was on the Egyptian captivity. So those small habits, they doesn't fit that description. So those people over there in the land claiming to be us, it's not going to be peace over there in the land to that. The real actual Israelites get it back to that land. There's going to be peace and safety because the nations are not going to learn the more wars over there in that land. Once the kingdom of heaven being established, all the nations are not going to learn war. The real Israelites are going to be well safe. And this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 4. These are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel, concerning Judah. Jeremiah 30, verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh, we had heard a voice of trembling and fear from peace. Jeremiah 30, verse 6. Ask ye now, see whether a man does travail a child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, all the faces are turned to pillars. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, at last, for that day is great. So now it's like it is even the time of Jacob's trouble that he should be saved out of. Right, so out on Rockside, during the time of Jacob's trouble, out on Rockside, that would be saved out of. Even though this is the time of Jacob's trouble of the descendants of Jacob, because we are the sons and daughters of Jacob, of our forefather Jacob, but later changed his name to Israel. But it's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble, or the times we're about to enter into. You know? So I don't want Rockside, especially the like-minded brothers and sisters, the elders will argue of the times we're about to enter into once this time of Jacob's trouble, because everybody's going to be fully affected throughout the whole planet Earth with this time of Jacob's trouble. I don't want Rockside to be saved out of it. I don't want Rockside to have it. Let's get into that. Now let's switch up the topic and get into that Isaiah. And this is Prophet Isaiah 55, verse 6. Isaiah 55, verse 6, and it reads, it says, seek ye Yahweh while he may be found, call upon him while he's near. Right, so we got to seek the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, call upon him while he's near, while he still got his arms still stretched out still. So we got to return back unto him. Even though we're coming back for the refuge of our people, I don't want to that would be part of that short refuge. We got to seek the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, while he may be found. In these times, we're about to enter into Isaiah 55, verse 7. It says, let the wicked forsake his ways and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return unto Yahweh, for he hath mercy upon him. Towards our Yahweh, for he will upon the heart. Right, so once we turn back to Heavenly Father, turn from our evil wicked ways, that's our ability. I will rock side that he will upon the heart and return back unto him as being his chosen people, the Israelites. And this is the prophet Isaiah. This is and shout out to that brother Yahweh, the prophet of the sea, judgment number 20. So that definitely that wisdom and knowledge and understanding should be the stability of our times, strength and salvation, and the fear that Heavenly Father Yahweh our powers and treasure. Now I'm going to get into that Ecclesiasticus, then again into that Second Chronicles as well too. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, or the evil days come not, when the years draw nigh, but thou shalt say I have no pleasure in it. Right, so we got to return back to the true creator, this is Heavenly Father Yahweh, his name that shows the people for Israelites. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 2. While the sun, it says, while the sun will light over the world, all the stars will not dark. Another clouds will turn to rain. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and verse 12 verse 3. In the days when the keepers of the house should grind, and the strong man should bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are feeble. Those I look out the window of the dark. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 4. It reads, and the doors will shut. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding slow. He shall rise up the voice of the bird, and all the doors of the moon shall be brought open. I'm gonna go down to verse 13. Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 13. It reads to the Holy Scriptures. Let us see the conclusion of the whole matter, figure how we keep these commandments, but this is the whole book of man that pertains to us Israelites, the sons and daughters of the true living power, the chosen people of the Most High. So that I mean, we're not going to be saved by the law of the law, statutes, commandments. We understand that, but that's still towards the ways of righteousness, and still keeping the law, statutes, commandments. So that's our ability. You know, like you said, the Luke 4 verse 1, you know, the law, statutes, commandments. You know, it brings you back to life. It brings you back to the righteous path, the righteous way. But those that depart from it, you know, you're going to be in that spiritual of that DIE, if you know what I mean. And this is Ecclesiastes 12 verse 14. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment, and every secret thing what he will be. Righteous, that's the righteous balance of the heavenly Father Yahweh. Get into that Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles. This is the book of Second Chronicles, 7 verse 14. Got the book of Second Chronicles, 7 verse 14. It reads, it says, if my people, right, the Israelites, we are the heavenly Father's people, it shows the people. It says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves, pray and seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins and heal their land. Right, so the heavenly Father never wanted to return back into them as being shows the people. You know, to the best of our ability, we want to turn from our evil wicked ways. You know, that's what we're doing as well too. You know, to the best of our ability. I don't rock side. You know, because we go off on an everyday basis, you know, you know, how this flesh is weak, you know. But, you know, at least to the best of our ability, to show effort that the Heavenly Father see that we're trying to return back to Him to our best of our ability, you know. So we got to see the Heavenly Father and pray to see His face now. So whenever we turn from our evil wicked ways, you know, humble ourselves beside the Heavenly Father, how we turn from our evil wicked ways. I don't rock side, He will give us from heaven, He will give our sins, and He will heal our land as well too. Because even though Jerusalem is a historical place, now we get into that book of Psalm, the 5th chapter. And so it's definitely 100% positive thing to return back to the Heavenly Father's being to show the people, and that's a beautiful thing that the Heavenly Father give us an opportunity, chance to return back unto Him and seeking the ways of righteousness and come back to our actual heritage and our culture and our customs, our language, as being the Israelites. This is Sirach chapter 5 verse 7. It says, make no tarry to return to Yahweh and put not off from day to day, but suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of this. Right, so make no tarry to return to Heavenly Father Yahweh and put not off from day to day. The day of the Heavenly Father is nigh at hand. And we're definitely, and the Heavenly Father definitely showing us signs of that. The day of the Heavenly Father is not at hand. So once all these prophecies come to pass and be fulfilled, the day of the Heavenly Father is not at hand. So we got to seek Him now, someone heaven might even be found, and make no tarry to return to Yahweh and put not off the day. And this is the book of Baruch, chapter 5, verse 1, from the apocryphal books of the Holy Scriptures. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, put off old Jerusalem. Baruch 5 verse 1, it says, put off all Jerusalem the garment of mourning and affliction, and put on the humbleness of the glory that cometh from Yahweh forever. Baruch 5 verse 2, cast about thee the double garment of the righteousness, which cometh from Yahweh, and they set up a diadem in the head of the glory of the everlasting. Baruch 5 verse 3, for Yahweh will shew thy brightness unto every country under heaven. Baruch 5 verse 4, for thy name shall be called of Yahweh forever, a piece of righteousness, and the glory of Yahweh's portion. This is Baruch 5 verse 5. It says, arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high. It says, look about towards the east, and behold, gathered from the west unto the east by the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of Yahweh. Baruch 5 verse 6. For they depart from thee on foot and led away on their enemies, but Yahweh brings them to the exalted glory as the children of the kingdom. Right, because the kingdom of heaven is within us, the Israelites, the Heavenly Father's people. The Heavenly Father, He's going to give us the kingdom of heaven once it be restored of righteousness, like it says in Daniel 20 verse 54. Daniel 7 verse 15 as well too. This is the book of Luke, chapter 5 verse 7. For Yahweh has spoken that every high hill and banks on particular should be cast down, and God stood up to make even the ground that Israel may go slavery in the glory of Yahweh. Baruch 5 verse 8. It says, moreover, even the woods and every tree, sweet smelling tree shall overshadow Israel by the commandment of Yahweh. Shout out to that buddy Yahweh, when the prophets and scenes shall come between. It's Baruch chapter 5 verse 9. But Yahweh shall let Israel with the joy in the light of His glory, with the mercies and righteousness that come from Him. Bring up that Isaiah. Yep, still good. Bring up Isaiah, then I'm gonna close it out. And this is the prophet Isaiah. Salakia. You got this the prophet Isaiah 11 verse 10. That'd be verse. Isaiah 11 verse 10. It says Isaiah 11 verse 10. It says in that day, like Isaiah 11 verse 10, it says in that day there should be a root of Jesse, like the root of Jesse. That's our forefather, the root of Jesse. We are descendants of Jesse. Isaiah 11 verse 10, in that day there should be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for the ensign, which shall be the Gentile seed. And his verse shall be yours. Isaiah 11 verse 11. And it shall be past that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time, that will come the remnant of his people, which should be left from Assyria. Right, because you had the northern kingdom, they was in the Assyrian captivity. It says, and from Egypt, right, because you had Israelites in ancient Egypt and modern day Egypt as well too. But they still today over there in Egypt. It says, Babylon, from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from the lands of the sea. Right, so these are the areas that we still scattered at. But we've been scattered throughout the whole planet Earth. Not just only here in North America, not just only the 12 to 13% of the population will be scattered. The scripture says in the book of Hosea 1 verse 10, Israel shall be the same seed. This is Isaiah 11 verse 12. He shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Right, the outcasts of Israel and dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. We're going to be gathered back together. And Heavenly Father's coming back for the remnant of his people to restore the remnant of his people, the Israelites. Isaiah 11 verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversary of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Right, so the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom are the top tribes. Is not going to envy and vex one another no more. They're going to come back together as one city. And that's what we're seeing in Zephaniah 2 and verse 1. We're being gathered back together in these last days. Isaiah 11 verse 14. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil the east of heaven. They shall let it in upon you, so-called white by so-called Chinese, children and the so-called Japanese, the British, or they. Isaiah 11 verse 15. And the power of how shall others restore the tongue into the sea. Over his mighty wind, shall he take his hand of the rivers, and shall smite it even the seven streams, to make man go on dry shore. This is on the prophet Isaiah 11 verse 15. There shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Syria, like as it was in the day that he came out of the land of Egypt. Bring out one more scripture, getting into that second hedges, as we are prophesying against modern day Mount Seir, which is Esau, Edom. Idumea, Joshua, he that wastes away, so-called red man, we're prophesying against him. And his we see the downfall of his kingdom as well too. And this is second hedges. Yeah, this is second hedges 6 verse 7. It says, then answer I am saying, what shall be the part of the son of times, or when shall be the end of first and the beginning of it that moment? Second Ezra 6 verse 8. And he said unto me, and from Abraham and Isaac, and when Jacob to Esau was born, of him, and Jacob handheld first the hill of Esau. Second Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, Jacob beginning of that father. Right, so we are the descendants of Jacob, the sons and daughters of Jacob, of our forefather Jacob. And Esau, Edom, kingdom is fallen. So Esau is the end of the world, Jacob beginning of that father. And this is second Ezra 9 verse 5, and it reads, it says, for like all that is made in the world at the beginning, which is manifested. Right, so Esau's kingdom is fallen, Jacob is going to be next rise. And so with that, the Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shah, as always, for letting us come out here and do so, lifting up the names of Yahweh Yahshua, and Barak Thumbs and your elders for Akim and Aqua. And the Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shah, as always, for encamping us about the holy games as well too, as we continue lifting up the names of Yahweh Yahshua. So with that, I'd like to give all the praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. And the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, and the name of Mashiach Yahushua. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Kadash, the whole tongue. And I say Barak Thumb to the elders for Akim and Aqua. And Barak Thumb to the elders for Akim and Aqua as always. Until next time, I say Kwame Yasharala and the Baba Shalom.